say you just don't want to say it. That'd be the problem. That's why that's why I made you do. She got a dope ass project. And the world was that cruel back then that we didn't look at like this is something that needs to be taken care of. But now it's everywhere. It's the first thing we look for. It's the first thing we want to make sure is good. And for her to provide a safe space for them that's what makes it even better.
And the fact that she knows what she's doing.
She definitely knows what she's doing.
I'm telling her, like, girl, you got way more patience than a lot of people.
Oh, yes. When it comes to kids, like if you combine the fact that you're dealing with somebody else's kids, they special needs kids on top of that, your patience level, you just gotta let everything slide. Can't nothing get to you.
Right. I was like, I'll help you as much as I can from the background.
From the background. No, you can't. You got to stop doing that too. Not because it's your sister, help her as much, but you got your own brand to build.
True.
You got your own brand to build. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Where I Come From, where the only requirement is to be where I come from. We are back in the building on this beautiful Saturday, and I am joined by a very special young lady. I know this woman by like multiple different names, so I got to figure out which one I'm allowed to say today. Lord. If you've been on TDR, you have seen her face multiple times, but this time we're not going to have her here as just like an extra guest of a show. We're going to have her here as the highlight for today. I am joined by DJ TruStar, my cohort partner. Like, I got so many titles for you now. My cohort, as we are a part of Cloud9. And as I get ready to wrap up Women History Month, I wanted to have this young lady on here with me because she has definitely broken a lot of barriers here in the city of Milwaukee that she doesn't realize that she's done. As being a female DJ, that is a major thing overall, not just only here in the city of Milwaukee, but just in general. So let's start there. Like, what got you into DJing?
Oh, Lord. It was, it was a multiple thing. Right?
Okay.
So my dad is a DJ. He's blind, but he's been DJing.
Wait. You got a blind DJ daddy?
Yes. Everybody knows Terrible T, child.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's your daddy. I didn't know that was your daddy.
Yep. That's my daddy. But he just recently retired about 3-4 years ago. But sometimes y'all can get him out of retirement. But yeah, it's like, so it's always kind of been in my like blood, I guess you could say, because he's been DJing ever since I was little.
Okay.
And because he's blind, I had to learn to read at an early age, to read him instructions and different things like that, so he can know what he, doing. But then
get him in here, because I want to know what DJing as a blind person, like that's gotta be a unique experience.
Yeah, he has his own way. Like,
it has to.
I mean, he understands it, but it's completely different from what we see, but I guess the fortunate thing is he hasn't always been blind. So, at a younger age, he was able to see up into adulthood. So he did experience some of it, being impaired. So, and then he just kept going with it, but yeah, that's where I guess you could say, like, in the back of my mind, it started from that, because he didn't want me to be a DJ. Let's make that clear. I was not supposed to be a DJ. I was supposed to be a lawyer.
Well, see, that's because our parents always want us to be great. It's like my mom wanted me to be a doctor, but I'm like, I can't stand inside of blood. So
that just don't work.
It's not gonna work.
Yeah,
not gonna make it out of gross anatomy class.
Exactly. So my dad wanted me to be a lawyer, but at the time I was really into dance. So I used to sneak and do dance, like every dance you could think of. So I danced professionally for 18 years.
So you
not that type of dance.
I'm not saying I wasn't going there. I was gonna say,
I'm just saying, let's make it clear.
I was gonna say you were doing like ballroom cotillion stuff like that, or were you
well, that was a little bit.
were you out here doing like step it up and stuff like that?
Yeah, more
Okay.
step it up, ballet, jazz, modern. My favorite was lyrical dance.
What is lyrical dance?
It's kind of a fusion of modern jazz and ballet all together, but it's more free.
So it's
more
basically pre-hip hop.
No, not in that sense. It's more lyrical.
Okay.
Like a lyrical or whatever, but we did hip hop a little bit.
Okay, I gotta look that up.
Yeah. So I mean, that's where I started with the love of music, with dancing. Okay. But of course, I'm 6'3", so back then, when I was DJ, when I was dancing, it wasn't a lot of opportunities for my height, even though I was good at it. It just wasn't for my height, in the sense of I couldn't find partners, things like that. You know,
I mean, it's hard to find a 6'6" dude who light on their feet and don't fall.
Exactly, and can lift me up because I've always been, you know. So it's like, you know, you just kind of hate hearing no all the time, not because you can't dance, it's because there's not really many opportunities. So, you know, I was trying to stay in the field with music, and I dabbled in it for a little bit, and then I became a DJ. And I didn't tell my dad for like 2 years.
So you out here sneaking in DJing clubs, and he just didn't tell him?
No. You want to know how my dad found out?
How did he find out?
Somebody bootlegged one of my mixes off of SoundCloud. And he had bought, remember the CD band?
Yeah.
He had bought a CD, and he kept hearing the name TruStar. But, you know, my siblings had started calling me TruStar. So around the house and stuff. So he didn't put it two and two together. But then when he heard that, he was like, "What's your name?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" Like, I'm trying to act like I don't know what he's talking about. So he was like, And he played the mix, and my face was like,
So were you more surprised that he found out, or were you more surprised somebody bootlegged your shit?
You know what? I think it was the bootleg in my shit.
That's what I want to make sure.
Because I was like, what? And this was like one of my first mix that was on, you know, I did a radio mix.
Okay.
And I was just like, how did what? And I just uploaded it to SoundCloud at that time. You know, that was big back then.
That's how people got found.
Yeah, but it was just like somebody from my city bootleg. It had my drops in it and everything. It was just like crazy. So.
That to me, that's a compliment.
I guess so, but
because
I was
back in the days when, you know, you had to have the tape to be able to play somebody's mix, and if they were out here pretending to have your mix on their tape, that means you was good at what you did.
Yeah, I mean, but I guess it also was like frustrating too, because a lot of people thought I was a guy. So when they would hear the name TruStar, I mean, I thought I was speaking a girl name. But
no, TruStar is a universal name.
Well, in that sense, I just didn't think that people were going to automatically assume that was a guy's name. But I guess they associate DJing with guys, especially around that time. I started in 2010. So.
Right. I mean, and just DJing in general, when you think of all the DJ back in the days and all the famous ones, I hate to say it, a woman's face is not what comes up.
Absolutely not.
So that's why I give you credit as being a pioneer, because I'm not saying you're not the first woman DJ, but you definitely the first one to stand on business that I know about.
Absolutely, especially in this urban community in Milwaukee. I will say that.
Okay. And how long have you been DJing?
May. You know what? I just celebrated 15, May 10th.
Oh, you know what? Now I'm telling everybody in class.
I didn't even realize that. Like, so literally May 10th.
For those of y'all who don't know who she is, first of all, go check her shit out. She cold at it. Don't let her fool you. But in class, she keeps always talking about how she just wants to give up DJing because she feels like she's too old to do this.
Absolutely.
But what people don't understand, that a super old DJ by the name of D Nice is what saved us during the pandemic.
That's true. That's absolutely true. And I will give you that.
So you can never be old.
Well, okay, so let's make it clear though. I wasn't saying that I want to give up DJing completely. Right.
That's the way you made it sound.
I wanted to just incorporate it in my business as a service. Right. Okay. I just don't want to be out in the clubs anymore like that.
You know, you can create your own space to create you don't have to be in the clubs.
Yeah.
Like you can literally be like the resident DJ at events or things like that. Like just look at, like, I use Pfizer Forum as an example right now because DJ O's still there, right?
No, O has moved to Atlanta now. He's with that's my guy. And it's so funny because DJ O was the first person I told that I wanted to be a DJ.
Okay.
And he helped me, you know,
that's
pick
why
equipment.
That's why I brought up his name. I do my homework on you. I know.
So. Yeah, absolutely. So no, he's not there anymore. He's doing everything in the WNBA,
right,
NBA,
and that's where I was getting
overseas,
at, like,
Africa, everywhere.
Right, and that's where I was getting at is like, Oh, I ain't been in the club in years.
Yeah.
Yet everybody still knows who he is. He's still out there. He's still doing his thing. Envy, of course, he does his mixes every morning on the Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
We all know they pre-recorded mixes, but he does them in the regard. So that's actually the wave. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, that's been like that for years, but you know,
a lot of people don't know that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not that you got to stop. You just got to change.
Yeah, no, that's what I was. That's what I'm saying. Like, again, I want to push my business the most, and it's going to be a service. So if you book me for my business, you can get me as a DJ, or like I'm leaning more towards day parties, events, weddings,
and I can see you doing that. So in regards to those things, I'm only going to ask you this because it's going to come up in what we're doing for class. Mm-hmm. How do you plan on shifting the DJ business from being a club DJ to an event DJ?
Well, that was the biggest thing of when I was thinking about my business and how I want to, you know, and that's why I want to push more of wedding. I want to have my own venue.
Okay.
Because that way we can provide all of the services. You don't have to go outside and find a DJ or a separate, you know, person to pay and different things like that. And then I have tons of DJ friends.
Okay. So you trying
all my friends are all DJs pretty much.
So are you trying to create like a DJ community where you pick the kind of vibe you want and this is the DJ that can get booked? Because I'm saying like you being the vibe curator in so many words, whereas here's this winter wedding out in Sheboygan when the snow is falling, and to fit your aesthetic, I'm gonna go ahead and give you DJ Craig over here who specializes in alternatives and grunge, because that's how you like having the vibe or doing something like that would definitely make the DJing community more.
So really, unified. What I'm really trying to work on, don't steal my idea because
we got it stamped here.
Yeah, but I'm working on a platform where you can go and book your DJ directly through the app.
So a bookski for DJs.
Yeah, okay. But in the sense of you will be able to hear their mixes, you'll be able to, you know, see them live doing a performance, or you know, so you can get a feel for them, book them directly. Contracts, everything, all of their information goes directly, you know. So that's what my ultimate goal is on the DJ side.
So it sounds like you want to create an application that puts Mixcloud with Bookski.
Absolutely.
Whereas, and here's your favorite DJ, you can follow them. The DJ can upload different mixes to keep it so people don't be swagger jacking you. Keep the mixes to 15, maybe 20 minutes. That way people can get a taste of what you do. You can listen to this DJ, and then here's their social medias, but right in the app you can book them right away.
Directly send deposits, you know, it go directly to their booking calendars, and you know, that's what I'm working on. That's the ultimate goal for the DJ side. So when I say I'm giving up DJing, it's not necessarily
you going to the boardroom.
Yeah.
You're not giving up making rap albums. You just want to run the boardroom. You'll drop an album every 10 years.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. Yeah, I see you, Jay-Z. I see what you're doing.
Yeah, so I mean, because I never, if people follow me, they know I quit every 3 days. I quit DJing every 3 days, and it's always somebody that gets me back. You know, because it's a challenging thing to do, especially being a female, especially being in Milwaukee, especially being in the urban community. It is what it is. It's a lot of things.
Thought about pitching yourself outside that area?
Yeah, absolutely. So I do, and I do get bookings for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna sit here and like, oh, I never went outside the urban community. I'm comfortable. Everybody has their preference, or you know, their specialty, and urban hip hop R&B is my specialty. You know what I'm saying? But just recently, I just did a Mexican wedding.
How was that?
It was dope, because then they want to listen to Boosie afterwards. So it was like a mix. I didn't know what they were saying prior to this. So if Boosie listening, I think you should just do like a Mexican album or something, because I don't know. It was lit. Like, I don't know how that would work, but yeah.
You know what? With the right executive team, people will make it happen.
Exactly.
Like every year, Beyonce drops an album, and there's a Spanish version somewhere in there too.
Somewhere, you know what I mean?
And it'd be her voice for real too, so they can make it happen if they want to make it happen.
Absolutely. So yeah, I mean, I've done a lot. Corporate events, church events.
What's your favorite thing that you've done as you stepped outside your comfort zone?
Outside of my comfort zone, I would have to say like the different types of weddings.
Okay.
I did a Nigerian wedding.
Oh,
yeah.
How was that?
That was my favorite.
What was so dope about it?
First of all, I hate to say it like this sounds so, superficial, but they throw money on you. I didn't know that. I thought that was just for like the bride and groom. But yeah, they throw money on you.
Mm.
Yeah, a lot of it too.
Make it right, cause that's your gift into prosperity. To them,
Absolutely.
marriage is a union of
Mhm.
everything. It's not just I like you, let's
Yeah.
get married. So
Yeah, it
no,
definitely.
they believe in this is a we building
Mhm.
empires. So that's
Yeah.
supposed to be your money to start it.
So yeah, like that and just weddings in general,
Okay,
especially when it's a diverse crowd. So like interracial couples.
okay,
Cause I love playing Backstreet Boys. I want to play Backstreet Boys. You know what I mean? So it's like dope to go back and forth between the different genres and give something to everybody.
have you ever sat down and decided to just make mixes where you cross those lines?
Yeah. The problem is, I'm just gonna be honest, it's just like right now in the space that I am, I don't want to say that I fell out of love with DJing, but it's just not. You got to have the motivation.
Gotcha. It's you just at that period where
Yeah.
it got to make sense to you.
Yeah, it got to
I
make
feel you.
sense. So
I feel you.
I mean, I just stay in the know with the radio mixes and stuff like that because I am a core DJ. So ladies of core, we have our mix show
Shout
every
out to the core
Monday.
DJs.
Yeah, and so every now and then I'll submit for that or I'll get picked for that, and I'll do that to stay in the mix of things. And then Shade 45, of course, just to stay in the mix of knowing how to cater to a radio audience or different
Right.
things like that. But you definitely need to have the passion or you got to be in love with it to be creative.
Right, because I often than not I see different content creators, the DJ one specifically, where they'll just do random things on their social medias. Like
Yeah.
it's this one dude who always imitates. He's mixing for parties, and he'll mix popular songs with like '90s cartoons anthems
Yeah, I
or
seen
things
him on
like
TikTok.
that.
Yeah.
And it'd be like, yo, that's actually fire. Like I
Mhm.
would actually want that.
Yeah, that's somebody that's into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And again, I will never stop loving DJing, but some of the stuff that I've been through in this 15 years, like it will drain you.
I feel you.
It will drain you. So I'm in a stage right now where I'm reinventing and falling back in love with DJing.
Okay.
So all of that creative stuff, it's dope. I see people do it all the time and I applaud them for it. I just have to figure out my lane of it. You get what
Okay.
I'm saying? So
And I can't wait to see what you cook up. Now, speaking about your lanes,
Mhm.
you also have another business that you
Yeah.
are trying to get off the ground
Yeah.
in regard. So, tell me about this business.
It's Style Me Pretty events. Well, originally I started as Style Me Pretty spa parties, and I was doing kids spa parties out of my house.
Okay, let's stop right there because I know the story because
Yeah.
I've heard it. But for the listeners, what is a kids spa party?
It's like a pamper party for kids, and I got the idea because it was me and my sister. We went to the nail shop and we had brought my niece. At the time,
Right.
she was about like 3 or 4 years old. And of course, when they see what we're doing, they want
They
it.
want it too.
But of course, you're not gonna get a 3, 4-year-old acrylics and all that stuff like that.
Right.
So we just asked the lady, and we were in a Chinese shop, and we asked the lady like, "Hey, could you paint her nails?" And the lady charged us $20 for little 3-year-old nails. Is like, and it was $20, and it was just like before we even got out of there, the paint was off. So I'm like, okay, y'all are charging all of this different,
Right.
fees and stuff like that, and it's not even the full experience. So yeah, I was just like, you know what, let me try this. And I didn't have a venue. I didn't even know how to go about getting a venue. I didn't know the first thing about business because again, I've been DJing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You've been hustling.
Yeah, I've been doing DJing for years, so I didn't know where to start. And it was my niece's birthday, same niece, and I was like, let me try. And then my sister-in-law was like, I'll be your first client. So I did the first one. I was like, okay, that went well. And the only place that I could do it was in my living room. So I moved everything back. And if y'all know me, I'm not really a kid person. So I had like all white furniture and glass and all this stuff like that. So I had to transition, and it turned out dope. So people started seeing that, and then it grew. And a lot of people start falling in love with the way that I decorated the parties.
Yeah.
So again, it's like a pamper party. We paint nails, but the idea that I wanted to do, because we have a lot of kids spa parties and the kids are doing the services on themselves. You know what I mean? Like they're just playing in the makeup and stuff like that, but they're not getting the experience that I felt. So I was like, you know what? How about we cater to the kids for a moment? You know what I mean? And we're doing all of the services and stuff like that. So that's basically how it got started. And then people started liking the way that I decorated the themes for my house.
Right.
And then I was like, you know what? Y'all want to book me for other parties too? Okay. So that's kind of how I got into the event decorating and stuff like that, and then kind of took off from there.
Yeah, because I know you had an event space, because I and a few people here at TDR have used your space in the past. Yeah. How's that going with the event space?
So I drew back from the event space because what I learned is we have a lot of people that are just out for the money. So it's hard to find a quality space where you're not paying $2,000-$3,000 and you can't have anything that you're trying to do, right? Or it's not up to par and different things like that. So that's why I wanted to join the cohort to get more business savvy on how to navigate, just bargaining different things and knowing what to look for and stuff like that. So I closed down my event space, not permanently, but temporarily.
To restructure.
To restructure. And I'm going back to the basics. You know what I mean? I'm going back to the kids spa side of things or whatever, but with the glamour touch of decorating. That's where I'm going to start back again until I'll build that clientele up so that I can eventually get the space that I want to get.
So is the current event space that you have right now, is that your space, or were it just a area you were renting at the time?
It was an area that I was renting. Okay. So and which I had a few different spaces, because again, certain things don't work out. You know, a lot of landlords, they'll just have you sign a lease. They don't really care. But then when you try to go and get things done properly, you find out, oh no, you can't even do that here.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or it's all these restrictions, or they don't realize like, oh, if I do have kids here, it's going to be noise, or it's going to be this. And then it's different problems and stuff like that. So it was a lot of stuff that I just didn't know going into it.
Right.
But now that I've been through it a few times and I understand what I need to look for and stuff like that.
Okay. So what's the vision that you have for your relaunch for your event space? Are you looking for a space that has multiple different things so you can build the kids spa and kind of keep it as is, but then here's this other half that you can kind of customize based on what they need? Or are you looking at like, let me get a bar and build from there?
I thought about the bar situation a little bit, because again, everybody like, oh, you're a DJ, you should get a bar. But as we know, in this city,
that's not always easy.
And you know what comes with that, right? And I don't want to deal with that. I'm just gonna be honest. And I'm a no tolerance type person, so probably nobody want to come to my bar no way. So
I'm opening a coffee shop.
You know what I'm saying? So I basically decided that I definitely want to keep them separate. I want to have my location for my kids spa, and I want that to be 24/7. Kind of like a Libby Lou, Claire's.
What kids is getting their nails done at 2 a.m. unless you're doing slumber parties there?
Exactly, but that's one of the offers. That's what I'm saying. Okay. Like that's one of the offers. You know what I mean?
I see
but
the vision.
I want a smaller space for that. Yeah. So but that will be separate from an actual wedding venue. Right. I want to have a wedding venue that has multiple rooms, so that if you do have like a smaller event, you can go over here. But that dream wedding,
that big
or whatever. So that's why I said I had to go back to the basics and stop just getting stuff just to get it.
Right.
That has been my problem, and I feel like that's a lot of people problems, because event spaces are popping up every time you turn a corner.
Oh yeah, I've seen multiple different event spaces. It's even been times where because a lot of people, they'll come to me when they need stuff, because I know people who know people.
Yeah.
Like you've seen it. I'll make a post on Facebook. Hey, where can I go get ABC? And then my time, 400 people done commented on it. And I'm like, okay, hey, this is what you need. Just go to this post. Like,
right. Yeah.
Like that literally is what made me create the third business idea I was telling you about, the networking part.
Yeah.
Because I got too many people who need each other. It's like, well, you need this person needs that person, that person needs that person. Oh, then you two can actually, okay, here's your circle. I'm gonna put you 5 together.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm working on this year. You just need to buy a building. Yeah,
that's my whole goal. And the realization that I came to, with the kids spa, I can still rent, because it falls in line with the limitations and things.
But I think because you're catering children, and with what your sister does, I feel like together y'all can grow that out. That will actually be the business. Anything else is more like extra for y'all.
Shout out to the Sensory Playground.
Shout out to the Sensory Playground.
Yeah, so
I mean, she'll be a guest on here one day.
Right, we got to get her here.
Well, she was supposed to be here, but last weekend was crazy for everybody. So
exactly,
she'll be back. We'll get her chance.
Yeah. So, I mean, we've always kind of been looking for places that are close together. Anyways,
I don't think y'all should do that this time. I'm just be honest with y'all. Y'all may want to look at developing instead. Like, go to the city, find lots that have been up for sale, that no longer has the property or anything on it, and just build from the ground up.
Yeah, that's true.
Only because the one thing I did learn from Sherman Phoenix in their first year was when you build from the ground up, you can custom it to be whatever you need it to be in that moment. And since you two ain't going nowhere, I got a perfect location for both of y'all.
Yeah.
That's 2 lots that I guarantee you that if y'all were to look into and invest into and build up from there, y'all would never have to move.
Yeah, that's definitely the goal, because ownership is the key. You know what I mean?
So that means you need to win pitch competition.
Absolutely. I'm working on.
I don't know.
I mean, I got to go up against you and so many other brands. I'm just like, woo.
You know, there's more than one pitch competition out here.
Yeah, absolutely.
I found out that not the African American Commerce Chamber, the Wisconsin Black Commerce Chambers, they do pitch nights often, and it's like private investors are the ones who are showing up for it. So you can walk off with money in the pitch competition.
Yeah.
Because you might take second or third against me.
Listen, I'm just trying to get in the conversation.
I'm cocky, but
I'm just trying to get in the conversation.
But I will say this, that if I win, I do plan on investing a percentage into other people, because all of y'all got dope ideas in the class.
Absolutely. I don't know about the other classes because, of course we wasn't there, but I honestly think that we have a solid class. Like,
we have a dope class.
Yeah.
Even in class, we technically are all built for each other.
Yeah.
If you really sit back and look at like what each person does, and I don't know if they did that on purpose, but our class, literally, we can all sit down and come up with an event and we all would eat.
Yeah. It all makes sense or go together. Yeah. Yeah. That would, I don't know if they did do that on purpose or not, but it did make sense.
Yeah.
So,
you know what? Now I'll hit the group chat. Because look at how I did it. In June, we're going to put an event together.
Hey, let's do it. I'm down for everything.
I'll probably do a live podcast show. I'll have half the class vend. We'll wear merchandise from people. You can DJ it. If you feel like it.
Let's get it.
If you feel like it.
They not going to let me go. So
we're not going to let you go. You can't go. I'll find some reason to hire you. See, I'm not in Sherman Phoenix, so I can have any DJ, any bartender, any play. I can have whoever I want. I ain't got no restrictions no more.
That's dope. That's dope.
And it wasn't like, I love Sherman Phoenix. I tell everybody that right away. It definitely allowed me to grow. It actually gave me my first cohort I had ever done. So the first time of me really looking at my business as more than just a hustle and legitimizing it, it was Sherman Phoenix that did that. So I will always thank them for that. But the Rise MKE program, it's so many people I know that have been through it.
Yeah.
Which is why I know it's going to be dope. And what we've learned so far is actually pretty amazing.
Absolutely. It don't even seem like we've been in there for 9 weeks.
I was going to say, we ain't even halfway yet.
Yeah. I'm like, God, I feel like we still on like week 3 or 4, but we get so much information each time.
And we keep building on each other.
Yeah.
I think that's where the biggest thing is. Like, we spent at least 2 classes just hyping each other up.
Yeah.
Because it was one class where everybody was like, you better stop thinking.
Right.
Like, y'all gave me the business last week.
Yeah, absolutely. So.
But I mean, that's just how I used to feel. So I don't feel that way no more. What is next for the Star of Trueness?
I'm just working on these businesses, man, and that's it. Like,
where are you at in your pitch? Because we got to add the financial to our pitch this time.
I know, and so I plan my days on Sundays to do everything. So I mean, I kind of been doing like little research in between time or whatever, but I think that's the part that's really gonna get me.
Your finances?
Yeah, not because I don't understand it, but it's like in a way to be able to explain to someone else. Since we're here, who's your competition? Well, it's a few people, I can name y'all.
Who's your competition internationally?
Internationally,
because I think that's what a lot of us, especially here in Milwaukee, we tend to forget to do. Yeah. We look at who's doing what we're doing here, but we're not looking at who's doing what we do in a bigger aspect,
right?
Because that's when you come to find out that you got to change your prices.
Yeah,
like I said, me and Dooch and Mwanje of Mogul Media, we get together oftentimes, and sometimes we even talk about what we charging people and what things are. And right now, across the board, I think all three of us charge about the same.
And that's the biggest thing, especially even in the DJing portion of it. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I want to separate or put the DJing in the service of my business.
Right.
Because a lot of people look at it, DJs are just button pushers. You know what I mean? So they want to pay the bare minimum. And then we have people who just want to be on the flyer that because they're DJing. Like let's be for real. And they're taking less than what we are worth.
True.
But a lot of people have this image of what we should be doing, right?
Right.
What we should be doing. And you want us to do all these different jobs, but pay us the least amount. We're the least paid in the community. As far as we get less than the hookah girl, we get less than the bartenders, we get less than security, and half the time security don't even do nothing. They just standing around.
You don't.
You know what I'm saying? But I gotta keep, if that music stop, it's always the DJ fault. It don't matter if it's faulty equipment from the clubs. It don't matter if somebody got drunk and pulled out a cord. It's always the DJ fault, right?
True.
You know what I mean? And it's like we are the least paid. We're the last paid of the night. So it's like people don't understand what goes into DJing. Then we have to bring this equipment. I'm bringing $1,500 equipment every night, $500-$600 computers, sometimes even $1,000 computers, depending on what you own. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then y'all want microphones. Cordless mics, a Shure mic costs at bare minimum $400.
This is why there's no Shure mics in my studio.
Exactly.
It's not. I don't notice a difference.
Yeah, but then at the same time, you want us to do all of this stuff for other people to do a job, and they get paid, but they're relying on our equipment and things and my expertise. You're a host, but you don't know how to hook up a microphone. You're a host, but you don't have a microphone.
You're supposed to have your own custom-made mic. You pull out your back pocket.
Listen,
look, Wayne Brady had a microphone everywhere he went.
Listen, clock it. Clock it.
Not even talking. Wayne
you can
Brady
say whatever you want to say, but Reggie Brown had a microphone
everywhere, and them badass cameras.
Exactly.
So, but they were there.
You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, it's like that's why I want to get away from DJing being separate, because it's a fight. It's a fight.
Makes sense.
You know, just a little bit of money.
You know what? That's how I know you learning in class. That's a business move right there.
Yeah, like you can't separate. If this is what you're booking, this is the price.
Yeah.
You know, with DJing on its own. So, and that's why I just made a post today, because I had a few people inquire, gave them a price, and I don't feel like I overcharge nobody. I charge you what I would charge, or expect somebody to charge me. Right. You know, I'm not trying to get over on nobody, but it's just the fact that if I quote you a price and now you start trying to say, oh, that's too much. What about for 3 hours? What about for 2 hours? What about for 1 hour? Why would I bring all this stuff out for a 2-hour set and you only want to pay me $50?
That is why I always start with, what is your budget?
Yeah.
That's why I love when
but here's the thing. This is what they say. Oh, I ain't got no budget.
Then you ain't got no DJ.
I ain't got no budget. No, they be meaning it like, oh, I don't have a budget. Let me know. And then when you hit them with that price, then it's like, oh.
You gotta tell them, I need what your budget is to determine what I can do with it.
Yeah.
Because if you want me to do all these different things, I need to know where your ceiling is.
Yeah, because we can't do this, we can't do that. Like I said, I'm a reasonable DJ. I can't sit here and be like, oh, I never DJ for 150. However, I'm gonna tell everybody this: if you only have 150, if I'm available, you're gonna get 150 worth of service. Keep that in mind. 150 worth of service.
What's your standard going price?
I feel like in the community, I start at 250.
Okay.
I start at 250. That's reasonable.
That sounds reasonable.
Right? But once you start adding all this extra stuff, you want specific microphones. You want me to get there early. I gotta wait till you count the money at the end of the night. I gotta drive all these distance. Oh, and I gotta bring speakers. Do y'all know how heavy those speakers are?
It depends on which ones you got. Though,
I'm just saying, but what y'all be asking for?
I feel what you're saying.
You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So it's like y'all think that that's supposed to be included in a smaller price.
Have you ever told them they have to pay a certain portion up front before?
Yeah, I'm starting to do that. I have started to do that in the last probably like 3 to 5 years.
Yeah, because if you're charging $250, you need at least $125 up front.
Man, listen, and people don't understand that because a lot of people will waste your time.
Mm-hmm.
And I stopped doing the little $50 and it's not even called a deposit. In the state of Wisconsin, we actually should be calling a retainer fee, but okay. The $50 because I feel like people will pay the $50. This is what people would do. Like this was normal. So you pay the $50 to hold the date, and then you'll wait to the day of and say, "Oh, we gotta cancel." They don't care about the $50
because it's only $50.
It's only $50.
Right.
But now, if I require you to pay half of what your total is, you're less likely to waste my time.
Yep, because they're either gonna tell you ASAP they can't do it, or B they're gonna pay it, and now you know.
Yeah, or they don't want to lose that because I'm gonna be honest. Like I'm standing on my retainer fees are non-refundable. Before
and it should be that way to begin with.
Yeah, before I used to bend because like I said, I might come across as a weirdo online or like mean and hateful online, but I'm probably one of the nicest people. People used to can give me any type of sad story. Oh, my cat died. I gotta cancel, and I'm sending back money. Like, oh, okay, I'm sorry, even though I don't even like cats. You know
I work for housing authority. I have learned how to stand on business.
Yeah, you got to. You got to.
And I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, I know people look at my status sometimes.
Price is not today's price
at all.
That is what it is.
Yeah, I know people can see me talking online and they might think like, "Oh, she always got something to say." But these are real life experiences. Everything that I say is not made up.
I need you to start doing something too.
What?
I need you to start doing a DJ blog.
Everybody say that.
No, I'm dead ass.
But you know what? I feel like I hate to say it this way, but I'm just gonna say it. Like I feel like sometimes I'm too real for the DJ community because everybody wants to appear like they're rich. Everybody wants to appear like they getting bags, and nobody really want to tell the truth.
But that's why I say you need to do it as a blog. Because here's the reason why. DJing is not just only here in the city of Milwaukee.
Absolutely.
It's not just only Wisconsin or the Midwest. It's a worldwide thing. Some of my favorite DJs I like to see online be people in whole other countries doing their thing. You know what? You need to do one of them sets where it's like you just DJ and you're in front of the camera and there's a whole party going on behind you. Like
everybody got on the same color.
Like, I want to have one of them experiences where I can be like, I know that DJ, I know that party. Hell, you may even see me walk past. In the back
right. You know what? And you're not the first person that keep telling me to do that.
So if people keep telling you to do it, then do it.
Okay.
We can even do it at the cohort.
That's true.
I'll just stand up front and do it, and we just be doing our homework vibing. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Ooh, if you did that at pitch night, that'd crack. But
hey, don't try to tell all my. I got something in my bag. I think.
Oh, my bag. My bag. If I just hate that we only get like 5 minutes.
Exactly. So I'm trying to work it out.
More, I swear to God, I would go crazy at pitch night.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do something though. I can't. I gotta do something big. Everybody expects me to do something big, so I gotta do something big.
Yeah. You know what? I'm also excited for the night market portion of it.
am.
Yeah, like that's what
I don't have
nothing
to sell yet.
Why don't you, Tone? Get to it. You got time.
I do, and I'm actually working on that. I'm actually finally designing my brand. I've been designing it for years, but I'm actually gonna sit down and actually get stuff made up. So by pitch night, I will have TDR apparel available.
I think you need to do some headphones, but that's just me.
Where am I gonna get headphones at?
I'll let you know.
Where I'm gonna get custom headphones at.
I'll let you know.
And they have to be good quality headphones. I can't just be putting on any goddamn Five Below headphones.
Nope, we ain't talking about Five Below. I'll let you know.
I guess you can get a free pair.
Yeah, I definitely want my free pair.
I guess you can
get a free pair. You know, I got you.
Okay. But I'm excited to see the 2025 version of you. I have known you for a good 5-6 years now.
Yeah, Yeah, just about that.
God damn.
Long time.
And
probably longer than that. I feel like it's longer than
it may
that.
have been.
Yeah.
We old, but
Yeah.
I've known you for a while, and I have seen you go every single story you told. I synced it. So I know what you've been through. There's more stories that you probably don't even remember that I know that you have told, or you can't tell because it's on air. But I can't wait to see 2025 you. I know for a fact that the spa is going to do great. The venues are going to be dope. Your DJ, I've already talked about 5 different things I plan for you to do DJ wise.
Right.
Even if I got to pay you to do what you're going to do, these goddamn DJ things.
Yeah. You know what? I'm excited as well, like I said, because I've been doing this for so long. Like I've been out here, I think at this point, and I want to shout out Homer Blow because Homer Blow, WNOV.
He's actually been my motivation of how I even started all this.
Yes. Like when I tell you Homer will call me and just speak so much life in me. And I've been knowing Homer for a long time. I mean, he knew my dad. That's how long he been, knowing.
I think he knew everybody's dad.
Yes. And him and my dad, they used to be on a radio station, WNOV together. So it's just like sometimes you need people to speak life into you, especially like even with the cohort. A lot of people, they don't know me from a can of paint like that, and they were able to speak life into all of us.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like Homer said, like I've been doing this for 15 years, and you can't put not one person up against me that has done the things that I have done. But I felt like I have never been given the recognition. Not because I need it, but I felt like I worked my butt off to get it. You know what I mean? So 2025 is more about me bragging on myself.
If you don't do that, I will.
Absolutely. Like that's my whole goal. Like I said, I'm working on I want to honor between 100 and 150 DJs this year, because I feel like we don't get credit. We just don't get credit for the nightlife.
There is no nightlife without y'all.
Exactly. But to everybody, they feel like because they know all these songs that they can DJ.
Nah. Yeah. You gotta know when to play what song. You gotta know how to move the crowd. You gotta know how to break a record. You gotta know when to break a record.
Absolutely.
You gotta know how to make that mix. Like you gotta learn that when you mix and glow with Bootsy, what bars you're supposed to do with that. You gotta. It's a science. It is a science that I have idolized with DJing for years, that I refuse to disrespect the game by trying to do it.
Yeah, and it's not even all about scratching and everything like that, because that's a different form of DJing. Yeah. That's battle DJing, and people don't even know the difference. So that's why I hate when people walk up to me and be like, like, why are you doing that? Like, that's annoying. But okay.
There's different lanes in regards to DJing.
Yeah, it's definitely different lanes. But at the end of the day, you can put on a playlist all day, but a DJ curates the event. A good DJ, in my opinion, does not have to do tricks and all the scratching and things like that. A good DJ can pick up on the vibes of everybody in the crowd control, all of that, and can go any different way. Whether I'm doing R&B, hip hop, as some people come in and want to do an Irish dance, you should be able to figure it out. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to give shout out to all the DJs and stuff like that.
So how you plan on doing that?
Well, I'm an event planner, decorator, so it's just really about getting the DJs there, because that's another problem. Okay. We be working, man.
Y'all do, and that's a good thing.
Yeah, we be working. So I'm looking for like a Sunday, you know what I mean? Once I secure the venue and stuff like that, I just want to give back to all the DJs, even the hosts in the city that have been working, because we actually should be working together. One shouldn't be telling the other person what to do. You do your job, I do my job, and we supposed to do it well together at the end of the day. So I'm working on it. I'm looking like June, July. So I'll keep y'all posted on that too. But shout out to all the DJs.
With that being said, I would like to thank you for joining me today.
Thank you.
I'll make sure I see you in class on Monday. And for those of y'all, make sure you check her out. Don't be stealing her shit off of SoundCloud.
You know what? I'll stop doing that, because like, wait.
Just go support her. Go find out where she DJing and just go show some love. Also, don't come up there with like a few dollars asking for a request and expect your song to be next. You gotta wait. She gotta mix it in.
I got y'all. I got y'all.
And don't tip less than $20.
Thank you.
Don't tip less than 20.
Listen,
look, if you want your song to be played, you got to pay.
No, well, we can't phrase it like that because then we'll be like payola. But you know what I'm saying. You know, we can do some networking.
I can say it. She can't say it. If you want your shit to be played, you got to pay what you weigh, my nigga.
Man, listen.
Don't be asking for big extra plug, and you clearly see that we currently right now is playing Ariana Grande.
Exactly.
Got to wait till we get to that vibe.
Listen, that'd be my whole thing. Like it's 10:03 and y'all hookah ain't even came yet. Chill out. We Sexy Red is coming. She on her way. She in the car.
Can we take her off the docket for a while?
Listen. You know, I love Sexy Red. Shout out to Sexy Red.
No, I love her.
But at the same time, it does not have to be played everywhere. Every time. Like
we went to what was it, Mikasa?
Yeah.
Normally we used to go on Tuesday when it was poetry night. But this particular night we got invited, the crew to come on a Friday. And when I think I heard Sexy Red 12 times in the 3 hour, and you know what, I wasn't mad at the DJ for playing it because if you look at the crowd, you know
that's what that was.
That's what it was. I was like, but like she ain't got nothing else.
Yeah, my whole thing got nobody
is similar to her.
Just give me a moment. Like that's my whole thing. It's like customers, y'all been in the city long enough. Y'all should know the flow of how music goes in the nightlife. Like,
do we have just play a certain type of music and that's it, or has hip hop bled everywhere now?
No. Okay, so my boyfriend, shout out to DJ E Smooth. Yes, that's my man.
She has a boyfriend.
Yes, my man.
So for those of y'all in the comments who was thinking y'all was gonna climb that tree, this tree has been uprooted.
Yeah, like so he's a different well, he does everything. Let me say that he does everything. But when I met him, like I knew that he specialized more in top 40.
Right.
And even he said that, like he DJs at Uglies, and it's like, yeah, he got to play Sexy Red, but it's a different version of Sexy Red. You know what I'm saying? Like he got a lot of mashups that he do. Check him out, DJ E Smooth.
Shout out to the mashup DJs. I love those. Yeah. Those are the DJs that I like to go to spaces. I'll be like, okay, I see what you did.
Yeah,
they'll be the ones that will always make me come back. If you give me a good mashup,
yeah,
I rock with you.
And he's probably one of the dopest ones with the mashups. And DJ O, like O send me stuff all the time, and I just be like, boy, how did you come up with that? Like,
you just woke up.
Yeah, and I just be like, that's dope. And it's a lot more people that do it too, but on all sides, like hip hop is the foundation.
Right.
You can go wherever, they're going to play some form of hip hop, but at the same time, we just got to realize that we don't have to keep playing the same songs. But y'all think it's the DJ, and it be y'all. Y'all be the ones requesting Boosie. Y'all be the ones requesting Hood Nigga, you know, Webby, the 612s, the, you know, Geeked Up. That's y'all. And that came out 15, 16 years ago.
I know. Because I remember one time I went to, I don't even remember what bar. I don't remember the name of the bar was, but it was on 3rd Street. And me and my boys walked in, and you can look at the crowd and tell who they were. Yeah. They played I'm on a Boat. And when I tell you the room was shaking.
Yeah. And not to take nothing away from those songs, but that just tells you what timeless music is.
Right.
But a lot of people always say, oh, play current music. First of all, y'all don't even know how to digest current music. No, right? Because it's like TikTok sounds. You only know that one part. Because if I play the song, you not going to know it until it get to that part.
Right.
Right. And then it's like, okay, so we only playing 15 seconds of a song now. Like we playing ringtones. Is that what we're doing?
It's ringtone era part 2.
You know, ringtone era part 2. But I just wish we had a space. I want to go somewhere and hear Nelly and Chingy and people not get an attitude about it. I want to hear Bow Wow. Sorry. I'm just saying. We going to the Millennium Tour, but we have no place
that you can get hype for it. You know, I'll take a little
and they stick to it. This is the problem. We have a lot of places that'll start something, and before you know it, we back to Sexy Red. Like, come on now. We had a whole era of music. Akon. Do y'all remember 106 in Park? Like, we have no play. Or when we were listening to music and we didn't care about what genre. I remember listening to Ashley Simpson.
I forgot she made music.
Listen, but we was screaming Pieces of Me loud as heck.
I think those things are now starting to be curated for those personal spaces, those
Yeah.
kickbacks and stuff
The
like
kickbacks,
that.
but why don't we have a place where we can be with our people and still vibe? That was still an era.
Well, I have a suggestion. We know somebody who's looking to open a bar soon.
Yeah.
Maybe we can pitch Thursday nights as throwback night.
Listen, I'm all with it. That's all I want. If we can do that, I will stick with DJing in the clubs. If I can get a night where
I'm bringing it up
from the beginning to the end, not having to and again, it's not to disrespect what we have now.
Now is you want those nostalgic,
but you can go and get that anywhere.
What makes you unique? Why would I want to come here on a Thursday night?
Exactly. And it don't have to turn ratchet or, even back then, our ratchet was a little bit different. We had dances to go along with stuff. I know we can't swag surf for the whole song now. I can't swag surf for the whole song.
I seen it.
Not me. I ain't got the knees like that no more, but at least to be able to remember those times that, we had. So I'm advocating for that. So any place that has that opportunity, please reach out to me because I'll be the first one in line for it. Thank you.
Well, we just gonna have to curate it.
True.
That's my theme. If we ain't got it, I'm just gonna have to make it.
Yeah.
Right. That's how my legacy gonna be.
Honestly, have you been into that 90s, 2000s cafe downtown?
I haven't been there yet.
It's dope. However, it's not geared towards us. And I wish that we had something like that for our community. They stick to it.
Then we'll make it.
They stick to it. When I tell you they stick to it, from walking in, the decorations, the DJ, the everything.
Brown Deer Road right now has a big void.
Yeah.
In a certain area that we could easily slide in on low. I'll go by the old Olive Garden building.
Yeah. No, I think somebody got that. Tone got that. I think that used to have Bar 41.
I'll find out.
Yeah. Yeah. I think.
Okay, fine. I'll go get Denny's.
True. IHOP, you mean? Because Denny's still there.
Now I got to buy out Denny's. They both got to go.
Honestly, that IHOP spot would be the dopest.
You know what? I'll go look.
Yeah, because that's what I'm in. Now, if we talking about bars like that, I'm down for that. But
I'll make it. Okay. I got my DJ already.
Right.
So I'll give you Thursday because I got a pod on Wednesday. So
that'll work.
Okay. So either way it goes, this is what happens when you hang around us in the cohort. We come up with shit, and the crazy part is by 2026 we might actually make it happen.
Right. Because we claiming it.
I'm gonna have juices in there.
Ooh, those man! Shout out to Enough Brand because them juices. I'm petty when it comes.
I got
to
one
food.
in the fridge now.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, I'm so picky when it comes to food. I don't like my food touching. Like.
Yeah, you a big ass kid on the low.
Absolutely, and I told that up, man.
I know you did.
It was good. It was a really good.
You heard the story about the kid at the daycare who
Absolutely.
He don't like nothing, but he love that.
That's my twin, because I was nervous. Not nervous that I didn't trust it, but it
was different. It was new. You didn't know what to expect.
Exactly, but it exceeded what I expected, honestly, because it had a good taste. It was well packaged. It was just like it was enough.
So that's who's gonna actually. It was enough.
It was enough.
I see what you did. That's what I'm talking about. Shout out to my homie Brittany. But once again, make sure you check us out on all streaming platforms. That's Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, wherever else you listen to your podcast. Be on the lookout for DJ TruStar and everything she has going on. Be on the lookout for us buying a bar and making one over on Brown Deer Road, because hell, it's in the atmosphere now.
Right.
I didn't set it on air, so it's got to happen now. And we got good policing over there too. So
absolutely, they needed it too, but they got it.
But we will be back next week. I don't know who's going to be with me this week because I got a lot of y'all packed and lined up. So just make sure y'all be here. And once again, happy Women's History International Health. Happy just dope ass women month, period. And we are out of here, people. Peace. And I did not have my thing up to close out. There we go. It's all recorded. It's pre-recorded, so I get the end.
Okay.
Why is it? I gotta get up now.
It don't work. That was a good one.
Nervous for no reason.
You know how that goes. I thought I heard somebody say hello.
Yeah.